Hello, hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday to you guys. We are live. Checking out the S&P 500 here. Did not do a whole lot of movement overnight, looks like. Not looking like a good start. Anyway, good morning, Bill. Hey, Jonathan. Saif, Shayak, Ed, Archer. Good morning to y'all. Trying to mark out our levels here. Looking for unbroken highs. Looks like there's one right here. Not that we're going to make any progress on breaking any major highs or lows today. Kind of not, doesn't feel like that. We got this gap still. But yeah, as far as like news and everything, let's see. I don't think we really have much on the economic calendar. We're going to check it out anyway. Oh, it's Friday. I said Thursday earlier. Friday. Happy Friday is what it is. Crazy. Week's flown by. We do have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. That's it. Saif, good eye there. Yeah, we have, although we do not have a lot of movement, the ATR is nearly 7 on the S&P, so that's pretty wild. A couple big bars in there. I suspect that'll go down as the market opens. Remember, that's just an average, right? So we don't have a lot of bars, so that average is going to be a little bit skewed. At the moment, the NQ is at 33. So pretty elevated ATR there as well. But again, it's just because there was a couple big candles there around the 5 o'clock hour. Sorry, the 8 o'clock hour Eastern time. That will move up. Already has a break and a new high on NQ. Marking out key highs and lows on NQ. And the market is open, so let's see what the heck we got going on today, guys. This little uptrend on S&P also looks played out. We would expect to get a little move down here. And here we are starting to get that move down. See if it can fully develop into a little downtrend that we can trade. Good morning, Neil. We'll cross our fingers for some good movement today. All right, here's the second leg of this downtrend. We already had a break. Probably gonna get one more push down at least. And good morning to everyone who's popping in. Make sure you hit that like button. In Q, we easily anticipated this move down as well. This actually still looks like one trend so far. T saying, are we looking for a bearish Chinese setup today? I don't even know what that means. We're looking to see what the market's going to do, and we will react to it and respond accordingly. Yeah, the ATR is coming down fast. Kind of saw that one coming. How few bars were printed. It's down to 5, which is pretty normal on the S&P. All right. Move down, continuing on ES. I'm going to widen this downtrend as that is exactly what's reflected on the Nasdaq. And we would be looking for a short. So we have this nice little downtrend. See if a pullback can hold the moving average, and then we could get a move down. Keeping in mind, however, we are in the middle of a range still. Our best opportunities are going to be if we sincerely break either the low or the high, which are our overnight low and high. So that would be the most ideal scenario. All right, here's the start of that pullback on NQ. S&P, we could also consider a second entry short. Technically speaking, we do have some attempts to go lower here. This bar went down. This bar went down. It's all really tight and no solid signal bar really. I'd be kind of treating this all as one move back. We need to get that to really consider a trade. Nasdaq hasn't quite got back to the moving average just yet. ES so far popping above that moving average. And we are right smack dab in the middle of the range. And Q not making it back to the moving average just yet. Might get a new low here. Meanwhile, ES still chopping around the EMA. Pretty congested there. If we had a really nice bar right here, it could have been worthy of consideration, but this is pretty doji-like. Not strong enough to consider, really. Nasdaq showing some relative weakness. It's dropping off while the ES remains right there. S&P still has a chance. Let's say this bar closes right here, and then the next one ticks higher and then turns down bearish. That would be a trade that I would take. Obviously can't take that short. Big pop above the EMA. Looks like perhaps our more narrow channel played out, which makes sense. We're in the middle of the range. And Q's still hanging out right around the same spot. Looking a bit heavy, but we don't really have any current trend to trade right now. We just kind of got to wait till something is established. We do have, again, that consumer sentiment coming down at 10 a.m. I do expect that to be a little bit volatile. I'm not gonna lie. I would still consider a lower high on ES. Okay, watching how this bar forms. Hey, Bruno. Yeah, not forming. Green body on that bar. Gotta skip that. Of course, then we get the bar. That formed really super quick. Was not fast enough for that. $10 now until that econ release, consumer sentiment. Looks like we're getting some volatility into it. At least the ATR is dropping. But yeah, we're still mid-range. Best scenario is to get the heck out of this area. And if we can break this, the bottom of this range, it's going to be pretty significant, as that is also essentially yesterday's low, and below that we're free and clear to get towards that gap. So if you look, yesterday's low, what's this other low I've marked? What is that? The 27th. Interesting. I'm gonna delete that. Yeah, basically below this overnight range here, which is yesterday's low, we have a free and clear shot all the way to the gap fill, which is also a major level on SPY. It's the 200-day moving average. Which this initial gap up gapped over the 200-day and has held it so far. We haven't actually, we have retested it once. It would imagine we can go retest it again. Let's see. Nasdaq's testing the bottom of that range. See if it can break out. If it does and holds, we'll be looking at a wider channel, something like that. Red NQ at the bottom of the range, looking like it might want to bounce. Yes, hasn't got there yet. I would venture to bet this is a measured move. Let's see. Yep, pretty much a perfect measured move, and we're bouncing. Get a little pop up right here. If we get a double higher low, that would be a setup I'd consider. Hey, good morning, Mike. Already we're getting a little break of that uptrend, it looks like. Good morning, Ron. Busy at the start. You haven't missed anything, man. Again, waiting for the possibility of a larger downtrend, especially on Nasdaq. If this breaks the overnight low and holds it, we'll switch to this wider trend. We'll be really looking for a short. But right now we're at the range low. So the most likely scenario is that we bounce here and chop around back up towards the top. But we're not going to assume either of those things is going to happen. We'll wait for confirmation from the market. ES also had 2 legs down of this downtrend. I'm considering a reversal setup. We have one higher low. If we can get one more here, I might consider buying that. But actually, no, we have 2 minutes now until news, consumer sentiment. So I'm gonna wait. There's another red bar. I don't really like that if it turns to a higher low because it's coming off of a rejection of the EMA. And there is the news. Let's see, what do we got here on that release? Consumer sentiment came in slightly higher than expected. Now it does look like this little uptrend has had a break in a new high. Expecting another move to the downside. Especially on ES, I would think we would at least test this overnight low, even if we're not going to break it. Still popping here on S&P, back to the middle of the range. And Q as well, getting that pop up to the middle of the range. Not what we wanted to see. Not what we wanted to see. Simon, glad to hear you're interested in joining the Discord community. All that information is very clearly spelled out on my WAP page, which you can check out, top link below. But yeah, basically, I mean, if as a premium member, you get access to the community, the daily lessons, educational content, also a live feed of my trading screen if you're interested. Mentorship, you actually get personal one-on-one guidance from me. So we have a dedicated channel in the server. It's just between you and me. You can ask me as many questions as you want. Pick my brain. Open access to you. You can also schedule weekly calls as well to go over anything that you may be encountering in your trading journey, whether it's to dive deeper into strategy development, or if you're needing help on the mental side. I can tailor fit that experience for you, even make you like custom videos and stuff where applicable. So yeah, very, very excited about the possibility of working with you, and look forward to that. Okay, so we are still anticipating maybe a correction here, unless this is a wider uptrend off of the news. In Q also, this is looking very much like a wider uptrend off of the overnight low support there. Yeah, definitely looking at this wider trend on both indices. Could even consider a long on the pullback. Simon, no discount right now on the mentorship program, but for what you're getting, it is well worth it. Doing a little math here. We'll see. I mean, yeah, with all the time that I would put into that, like I'm making less than a McDonald's employee on that one. So yeah, I just want, I love seeing people improve, honestly. Like I love the feeling of seeing someone who's struggling, not able to quite get trading down, and then have these light bulb moments, or develop their strategies, or improve in their discipline. That's my favorite. I'm looking at this Nasdaq trend. Kind of looks like it's overshooting. But we'll see if it actually acts like an overshoot. S&P is at the top of its channel. Look to see a pullback soon there. And if we get it and the EMA holds, we could look to take a long. NQ still not pulling back. We'll widen that trend a little bit. Starting to get that pullback, and as always, we do not want to see it be vertical, right? We don't want to see a slice through the moving average on a couple stacked red bars. If this is legitimately a pullback and not a reversal, it's going to be gradual. Something like this, right? And then we can look for that bounce on the EMA. Zooming out as always to remind us we are still in a range, so don't get crazy on these bounces and these drops. We still do not have a trend for the day. We're We're still stuck in the overnight range on both indices. So trade accordingly. That means smaller size. That means be more defensive with your trade selection. And especially look for reversals much more than continuation. This is definitely looking like an overshoot now. Again, we'll watch and see if it corrects like one or not. Good morning, Tom, by the way. Good to see you. Ron, so Ninja doesn't actually offer a trade copier. So I'm not sure what you're talking about there. The best one that I have found is Replicanto. There's a link in the description. Pretty much all other trade copiers are copying Replicanto. It's definitely the standard. They update it all the time. It avoids a lot of the issues that other copiers have. So that's what I personally use. We still have not pulled back in any meaningful way. NQ not reacting to that overshoot, so I think we just have a steeper channel. Maybe even something like this. Still awaiting that pullback to get our long entry. We don't want to chase this move, especially with a range structure. Come on, baby. Pull on back for us. ES made this big move up, and now we're just staying right here. Refusing to pull back. We got the overnight high in our sight. And then above that, we don't have much until the high from yesterday. If anyone can get this market to pull back, that'd be much appreciated. like it's about to break the channel. Finally. Both symbols look poised to pull back. But also the overnight high is right above, so we may just keep drifting on up to there. Oh, well, this is certainly looking like Friday action, isn't it? So close to the summer. Kind of in a news vacuum until we get some updates on tariffs, and then of course the FOMC meeting in, I think it's in July. So we're going to be entering into a slow period. Be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. It will not be a time to step on the gas. Like, we've had that time. There's been some good months already earlier this year, and likely the market's going to take a big slowdown, and we've already seen that the past couple weeks. S&P still holding this channel. Sounds good, Tom. Enjoy your weekend, man. Nasdaq broke the channel. Unless we're drawing it really wide. Again, just watch this pullback very closely. We do not want to see an extreme drop. We don't want to see stacked red candles. But this may not even give us a chance for a while. The move up continues. Move up continues. Well, again, we're watching for a pullback so we can hopefully get long. But if we get up to the overnight high first and then pull back, it's not going to be as good. Not going to be as good. So watch for that. If we can't break through this area, then we are going to be sentenced to a day in range purgatory. And I think that's the most likely result from today, is that we find some sort of resistance here and then basically just chop around in this area on this beautiful Friday afternoon. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It's been good. And this week, I can't believe it's already Friday. A week's flown by. Hopefully it's been a good one for you. The market the past couple weeks for sure has required patience, so keep practicing patience, man. Don't jump into anything random. Wait for the best setups and you will be rewarded. So y'all know my bias for the rest of the day. Good luck. Have a great weekend. I will see you in the Discord if you're not there. We'll give today a couple hours and see if we can get some setups. Thank you all. Appreciate it. See you soon. Later.